This is an Off the Tongue podcast.
Hey, everybody, Doug.
Greg.
And this is Mike.
And we are the It's Funny That Makes It Okay podcast, part of the Off the Tongue podcast network. And who else might be on the Off the Tongue podcast network, you might ask? Well, you got the Greener Grass podcast. We got Teach a Dummy, Skate Ohio, the original Copycats, and Pint Pals podcast. So make sure to check all them out and give us a listen as well. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the show. Here we are, October. Getting dark earlier. Taking product out of the fields, the soybeans, the corn. It's got everybody's sinuses an absolute mess here in the Midwest. But that's part and parcel for the Midwest. That's where we're at.
Did I see we're supposed to have a Ring of Fire moon or something like that? Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
No,
I'd love it as a fall phenomenon or if it was but
probably buy your Moon of Fire eyeglasses so you can go out and look at it.
Yeah.
Johnny Cass impersonators are going to be out there.
I fell in
a burning moon fire.
All right. Well, I got a couple things up front. Tonight we're going to talk about tipping. I got a story about tipping. Well, maybe. And then a new trend on TikTok. Greg's favorite. And then I've got 4 stories of not necessarily criminals. Some of them are criminals, but I want to read these to you and see if we can pick out who the biggest loser out of these 4 different scenarios are. And it may be multiple people in one scenario, or maybe the person who's in the scenario, maybe they're not the loser. Maybe someone else is. So we'll get into that.
I'm used to being the biggest loser. So I'm glad that
except for my weight, everything else seems to go that way.
Isn't that funny how that works?
Yeah. I got a couple things. First, I want to kind of gripe. I was at a gas station and I bought something and I used one of my debit cards and I, paid. And you have a security pin on your debit card, right? So that way if somebody steals it, in theory, they're not going to be able just to go and rack up tens of $20s of dollars out of my account that I have. But I scanned it, and this little screen comes up, and it says...
Oh, where was this at?
This was at a gas station.
Oh, okay.
I scanned it. On the screen, they'll tap the thing, and it comes up, and it says, enter PIN number. And then underneath that, it says, or press enter to skip. I just try to hit enter, and I was like, what good is the PIN number?
I've seen that before.
Why do you let me skip it? I don't want you to let me skip it. What's the point? There's no security then. If I can just tap. Now, just go ahead. Basically, they don't care. I don't care whose money it is. As long as I'm getting paid, I don't care.
Why do they even have both options?
They shouldn't. They shouldn't. It should be scan it. Let me put my PIN number in.
I agree.
Well, I've noticed too at some, excuse me, at some card readers, there's like a certain limit where if your card is under that limit, it won't ask you for a PIN.
Oh.
Like I've noticed at Walmart, in our neck of the woods, if it's under $50, it's not going to ask you for a PIN.
Can you buy something under $50 at Walmart anymore? I just assume every time I go there, it's like $80.
Yeah. Yeah. It bothers me. I'm like, why? I should have to take the extra 5 seconds to punch my PIN, but
I saw a funny meme this week that was something under the line of, I'm getting much stronger physically because I can now lift $100 worth of groceries with one arm.
I've seen things like that. Yeah,
that made me laugh.
And it's one bag.
It's one bag.
One bag. Yeah.
But anyway, that was my gripe. It's just I shouldn't be able to bypass the security. I feel like that's a super easy way around the security.
Well, there is no security.
Well, no, I even with the PIN code, it's kind of, it's a 4-digit code. It can get broken, but I feel if all I have to do is just hit enter to bypass it, what are we doing? Why do I have any security on this at all? Then it's a Wild West. Get in there, break in, and take my $17.43 out of my account, and let's go.
No, I don't want to enter a 14-digit password with special characters and numbers, and I don't want to do that either.
No,
but if PIN is one of the options, you should have to put the PIN in always.
Well, I think you should be able to dictate that on the card. So the card, like some people, maybe they don't care, or like me, I do. It's like I want to put the PIN in every time. I don't want to bypass it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know why
agree.
it would let me
I agree.
bypass, but it did.
My card doesn't work at half the card readers anyway.
You're at the same bank I am.
It's
Yeah, and
junk.
their ATM cards are garbage.
I've only
I have
had
to
mine for a
replace
few
it like every
months.
2 years or less.
Yeah, I've had mine for a few months and it's already worn away.
I've asked them. I went in there. I said, "Do you have like a metal card or something that's better than this?" It's terrible. It's
It
a
is
terrible
bad.
card.
Well, that's our security, Greg. Is actually somebody steals it, they can't even
you
use
can't
it.
buy something.
It won't take the
You
card.
can't even buy something, let alone somebody that steals it.
Oh, you'll put it in, chip malfunction.
Yeah. And then you stand there 3 times, and the cashier is just looking at you.
And the line's building.
And then
Chip
I love it, they're like,
malfunction.
put it in a plastic bag. Like, why? Why do I have to put it in a plastic bag?
Try this pencil eraser.
Yeah.
And then it'll say,
Blow
try.
on it, spin around 3 times, and whistle Yankee Doodle. Like,
Or
all
some
right,
of the
why
little
not?
machines will say, scan the card or swipe it.
Yeah.
Then you swipe it. That doesn't work.
And
And
then it says, please insert chip.
it does.
What am I supposed to do?
Their cards are garbage.
They are bad.
I'm in an infinite loop. I cannot get out of this now.
It is so
There's
frustrating.
no exit ramp.
No, there's no can. I can't. I don't want to scan it. All right. The next thing I got, there is a business in our neighborhood, and it's called Shopping Delight.
Is this the picture?
This is the picture I sent you. And it's a lingerie store, I will say. I don't know. Honestly, I think it's for prostitutes. the lingerie, they have mannequins up there with the quote unquote lingerie on, and it's like, the mannequins are almost completely naked, and they have really high stiletto heels and
Oh my
wigs.
gosh.
So I'm like, okay, whatever. But the last few days, there's been this van parked out front. It's an orange van, and I went
At
by.
least it's not a white van.
I don't know if it makes it better. I'm like, what does it say? So I went, and it's an orange van. It says Dr. John's Lingerie, Novelty, and Boutique. And then on the other side, it's got Dr. John's Lingerie Novelty. I'm like, is this like the ice cream truck? They're going to drive around neighborhoods.
All the guys come running out.
Well, I picture the women. They're playing, pour some sugar on me. And all the lingerie truck's coming. The lingerie truck's coming.
Well, the
up
novelty boutique might.
Well, I don't know what that exactly is. But they're coming up. Can I help you? I'll take one lacy teddy and a peekaboo bra. Like, oh, yay. He's smoking. What can I do for you, darling?
What music would they be playing?
Well, that's what I said. Pour some sugar on me. It's got to be that. That's got to be in the rotation, right? It's
or it
got,
could just be boom chicka wow.
It could be that one. How about Montrose Hard Candy?
Could be that.
That's another good one. Slow and Easy by Whitesnake. I mean, there's a whole rotation.
Yeah, there's a
of
whole.
them.
Yeah, there's no end to what they can
Like
play.
80% of all the rock songs from the 80s and the 70s, really, you could slide in there, so to speak.
Cherry pie.
Oh,
There you go.
That's another good one. But I just picture it going down and here comes the lingerie truck. I'm like, what is this? I like how it's Dr. John's too. Well, he's a doctor. I would need to see some credentials. Where did he get his doctorate from?
And what's he a doctor of?
Lingerie.
Dr. Love.
Dr. Love.
There's a song, Dr. Love.
Yeah.
He could play that.
That's Kiss.
Yeah.
Call me Dr. Love. Call me Dr. Love.
That would be perfect.
Would be.
For this.
Ugh.
All it needs the big speakers on top that, those like, you'd see them on vans. They're like those horns, the black horns.
Yeah.
It needs those on top of it, blasting that music out.
Yeah. I don't know. But I saw this fan. I'm like,
Plus
what?
the windows need to be tinted.
Yeah, it's got one side window you could probably push out. So that way
Probably.
people would just come up and,
Probably. Does it double as a food truck?
I hope not. Oh, I'm not buying any food.
On some of the banner rolls over the lingerie and novelty, and it says Dr. John's hot dogs.
Yeah, I bet Dr. John's hot dog.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So anyway, I saw that and I was like, oh my goodness, that is something. That is quite the, so anyway, maybe, if you're looking for something part-time gigs or something, maybe.
Well, I said once Lori retires, she thought about a part-time gig. Maybe she could drive the lingerie
Owner
novelty
operators, franchise it out. And I don't know if she would keep Dr. John or if they would let you change that. It might be part of the franchise. You may have to stay Dr. John.
I don't know. Is there something that ties with Lori that we could,
Lori's lingerie.
Yeah.
That's, you got the L's going there.
Yeah.
They have two giant, massive, just like dents in the door, and then there's one in the back.
It's from all the people trying to get in there to get their lingerie. Open up! Open the door!
Or an angry husband.
Oh,
We need some lingerie and novelty boutiques. The novelty, I'm not exactly sure what the novelty is, but anyway.
And it's a boutique. Is that?
Well, that's
You go
fancy.
inside and
You put your pinky up when you're buying your novelty.
oh yes.
Yes, so I don't know. Anyway, that was all I had for that. I don't know. You guys have anything else to add?
it's creepy.
It is creepy. All right. So this is a subject that comes up from time to time, but we're going to talk tipping because I got an article here that I want to touch on. An Amazon driver, of course, went to, I believe it was TikTok, and they put out what they're calling a PSA because they said they're suggesting, well, I'll just read. An Amazon worker suggests that customers who place online Amazon orders nearly daily should leave a tip or snack for them. So you should feed them and or give them. It's like, I'm already paying for okay, anyway. So it says comments are conflicted. So Amazon has kind of a bad reputation for the way they treat their employees, or some, I don't know about all of them, but some of them said they don't even have time to take a bathroom break, and some were saying they had to go to the bathroom in a box. I've heard those stories before. Don't know if they're true. I'm just saying what they are.
You could double that up for your Cola Guard.
I need to do my Cola
I hope
Guard.
they're not in the boxes that I get.
Yeah, you just have to keep that separate from
It
the
needs
package.
to be separate.
Yeah.
So some of the things they said on here is, Amazon drivers can have to deliver 170 to 350 packages per shift.
Wow.
I was like, that's a lot of packages.
It's a lot of packages. Okay.
That's a big range too. It's like, I hope on most of the days I'm on the 170 range. I don't want to be pushing the 300 range.
Well, they have up to 190 stops per shift. And that Amazon now, so and part of this is like, okay, I don't know what an Amazon driver gets paid.
Okay, I looked it up.
Okay, good.
And the Amazon, according to the Amazon website, hourly workers for Amazon. Now, it didn't really clarify between dock workers and truck drivers, but it said hourly workers on average $22 an hour.
Okay.
And I thought that probably sounds about right. $22.
Yeah, it's probably significantly less than UPS. I don't know about you.
I don't know what UPS pays their drivers.
But they're union, so they're pretty good. They're paid pretty well. I don't think Amazon is union, and I don't think FedEx Ground is, because those are, I think, independent guys. You know, you bid on those, and if
Wonder
you
what
win
Dr. John pays.
It's not so much the hourly rate; it's the benefits. It's all about the benefits, Greg.
Dr. John wants tips.
But I did see where.
Oh my God.
Nah, never mind. I was going to make it. Never mind. I'm not even
Sorry,
going
I
to say that.
didn't mean to take us back there.
All right. It says for Amazon Prime users, you know how many Prime users there are? I don't know if you read the article. It says 300 million Prime users.
It's insane.
And you can either pay per month, which is like $15 a month, or you can pay for the year.
I pay yearly.
So it's a little cheaper for the year. So I just did some quick math. I said, okay, let's say 300 million Prime users at $139 a year. That's $41.7 billion a year that they're getting for just to be a member. You haven't bought anything yet. Other, then you get some streaming stuff and, things like that. But that's just, you're paying them. That's 1 year. So I feel like if it's an issue of pay, I feel like they could probably bump the pay up for these people if they want to.
You would think.
I don't know why I'm expected to tip their worker.
Yeah, I would think Bezos could, toss a few extra bucks.
Yeah, get the crowbar out, open that wallet up a little bit, Jeff Bezos, and let's get a little money out there. But anyway, so this Amazon driver was suggesting that they think if you're getting nearly daily packages, you need to leave them a tip or at least some snacks.
That's the part. Okay, I have a comment on the snacks. It's the snacks that bother me a little bit more because, okay, say I'm expecting a package sometime on whatever time on a day. Well, I may not be there when the package shows up. So am I supposed to set out a snack like at 8 a.m. before I go to work and just have it sit outside? Like,
I think I'm going to start setting out weird snacks.
Well, and then it's like, what are we, Santa Claus? Oh boy, I can't wait to set out milk and cookies for the Amazon driver.
Here's a plate of deviled eggs.
It's like,
you're making a joke, but they have some. I've seen some pictures of people's examples, not on this, but of examples, and they had a cooler, and it said delivery drivers. You open it up, and it had waters and sodas and juice, and then they have a box of different snacks like protein bars and granola. I'm like, what? I am not. Look, I'm not buying groceries to feed the delivery drivers. I'm not going to do it.
And also, on the flip side of that, if I am a driver, I'm not eating food or drinks that are left out for me by random people. I can't do it. I don't know where that's been. I don't know if it's tampered with. I can't get myself to do it. I don't want to be like drugged and then someone like track me down and steal the packages out of my delivery. I just don't want any part of it.
Yeah. They also said in this article that by the end of it's projected by the end of the year that Amazon is supposed to top Walmart as the largest retailer.
Uh-oh.
So they're taking Walmart. Now,
I cannot wait for Amazon Radio.
Part of that I feel it's a little because I don't like to compare Amazon with Walmart because Amazon, yes, they technically have a store, but they don't have a store. It's all online orders.
Right.
I mean, you're not, but still, as far as the retailer goes, as far as just sheer selling stuff.
I just saw a semi-load of Walmart delivery trucks go by me.
Oh, wow.
So they're getting into that.
They're cranking the Walmart radio on the CB.
That's right. They'll be blasting it.
So some people were saying there's several. It's kind of split on if they're for this or against it. Some were saying, hey, you're getting a regular paycheck. You should just be happy. Others are saying, oh, it's the little things that help make the day for people. But my thought is, where does this stop? Where does the tipping stop?
It doesn't stop.
The other day, I don't even know where I was at. I picked up something. I just picked it up and they flipped the thing around and immediately the first thing is, do you want to tip? And I was like, well, I bought this online. I came here. I paid for it. And you're literally just going to hand it to me. Yeah. What am I tipping for?
I see a lot of that.
I hate it. And if you're supposed to tip your Amazon driver, what are you tipping on? What are you tipping? On the percentage of your order? Do you have to figure in their mileage how do you even figure up a tip for the driver? And okay, if I tip the Amazon driver, am I supposed to tip the mailman? He delivers packages. UPS driver, FedEx.
I don't think you do.
I agree with you.
Now, if you want to, at Christmas, do something nice, give them if you want. I'm just saying, if you're so inclined. But to have an expectation of a tip or a snack.
Maybe I'm jaded because nobody tips me in my job. It's just like, no,
you'll go to work tomorrow and somebody's going to give you a snack.
Yes.
Here's a Fruit Loop, Doug.
Good job.
Here, Doug, here's a 15% off Dr. John's.
Ooh. I'll use that one. Yeah. But I mean, where does the tipping stop? I mean, should I tip my plumber or my electrician?
No, the problem is it doesn't stop. We're already on the slippery slope and we're like halfway down. There's no regaining our
Dig your feet in. Dig your feet in, Mike.
There is no regaining.
We have got to stop it.
You and I can, but that doesn't mean some other guy, isn't going to play along.
What about grocery pickup? If you go to Walmart or something, they come out and put your groceries in the car. They're doing that. I was a bag boy in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. We never got tipped. I had a friend that got tipped one time. Some old lady put some money in his pouch that was tied to the front, and then she patted his pouch. Ooh, that's what we all did. He never lived that down. And somebody like, you get a little extra tip there, Darren. Not just the money. You get a little pat going for you, too.
Do you tip other than food people right now? I mean, restaurant? wait staff. And
I don't
I tip
really.
my barber.
Well, you know what? I just got a
tip
haircut
my
today,
hair,
and I
yeah.
tip my barber or stylist. I go to a stylist.
Yeah, I do too, and I tip her.
There's not much I would. And even if it's just like,
And I don't know why I tip my stylist.
I know.
I'm in there literally like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Because she
5
gets the clippers
minutes.
on her, and then just trims up the top. And it's like, all right, well, here's an extra $4 on
Yeah.
top of the 20 or whatever for
Yeah.
the 15 minutes I was in here. But
And my problem with the food too, on that point, it's like, it's not just wait staff. Like if you're at a sit down, nice restaurant
Right.
for a dining experience, you can order at the cash register and they're like, hey, do you want a tip? It's like,
Oh yeah, if you carry out.
at a fast food place, who am I tipping? The machine for taking
Yeah.
my order? I'm doing the work. Why am I tipping you when
I
you've
agree.
done nothing? And that's even in the food section. It's like, it doesn't make any sense.
What if you go to one of the places that's got the little robot waiter?
I am not tipping a robot.
Oh,
Give it Bitcoin.
Doug's going to be entered in the database when the robots.
Well, that's fine. I don't care. I'm not going to do it.
They're going to go through every person's transgressions
I'll
against
tell that
every-
robot he can have my tip when he takes it from my cold dead hands.
It'll
All
say-
right. Doug will be sentenced to
It'll say
the,
that's what we were thinking.
yeah, the
They're
flamethrower
going
dog.
to anyway. You're not going to get out of this alive just because you gave the robot a tip.
Yeah. The robot dog will be Doug's sentencing there. The flamethrower robot dog.
That's fine. As long as it isn't the sex robot that comes after me.
Well,
He's working for Dr. John's. The van pulls up. The door opens up. Here he comes. Like,
You better
I bet
tip
you
him.
wish you would have tipped now. Like, oh man, let me get my wallet.
What do you want?
Please.
oh my gosh.
Oh, so yeah. Anything else on tipping before we move along, or have we sufficiently? beat
In
that?
that article, the girl thought a lot of herself though, because she goes,
She did.
if you
What? You mean teeth?
Well, she in this article, she goes, if you did this job and you had to do all this all day, you'd quit. It's like, so she's saying she can do it, but no, you people can't. You know, I can do it, but no, you
I'm going to
can't.
tell you something else. I had a job for 5 years of driving around and putting windshields in for people and door glasses, like kind of like Safe Light, but a local company. That job sucked.
Did you get a tip?
No, I never got tipped at one time, and you busted your butt. We worked outside every day of the year, cold, hot. It didn't matter. Rain, you get the car inside to dry it off. Never was tipped. Never.
Yeah. She said, I'm sure you would quit. Why? Why are you assuming I'd quit?
I bet if she, okay, it doesn't matter. I don't want to. I mean, that job, I'm sure it's got every job has its own difficulty.
I'm not saying it's not a difficult job, but I'm just saying
Like,
you're just
sure
assuming
you
everybody else would quit. I mean, it's like there's other people doing this, and you're not the only one.
Well, you know what? If you don't get, then maybe you should do something else. If you don't like it, I guess. I don't know.
If you want the tip, go be a waitress.
You could. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that thought process. So
Nope.
again, should you tip your nurse? I feel like they deserve a bigger tip than somebody delivering my packages. I mean, if they're helping me with my health and they actually, do a good job, like here's an extra $5.
That'd be weird.
It would be. I'm saying this is all weird things to tip.
It's weird now, but it'll be commonplace in about 2
You
years.
get done with your prostate exam. Do you turn around and give the doctor a little something?
What did I just pay for?
I don't know. Yeah, I
Is
don't
your
know.
doctor, Dr. John? Get
all
your
in one.
prostate exam.
Put that on the other side too. Yeah. We do that in the rear of the van.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Enough of that. We'll move on. I'm going to talk about Fridgescaping, but Mike, I think you said you had something.
Yeah, I've got a food related story here that'll kind of lead us into that. I have found the ultimate collab in food.
Uh-oh.
And not just food. We're talking cereals.
Cereals.
This is another thing that we've talked about for a long time. Similar to the tips. I'm going to send you guys an article here, but I saw this the other day. the Kelsey brothers have come out with the Kelsey mix.
I saw that.
And if you're unfamiliar with what the Kelsey mix is, it's Reese's Puffs, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Lucky Charms all mixed into one cereal.
So, okay, they called the Kelsey. They did nothing but dump cereal in a box that already existed. They didn't make it.
Yeah, there's no way.
We have a third of these cereals. We can do them. Let's pour it in one box. It's the Kelsey mix.
Yeah.
They get a check. Here's a check. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, actually, no. Here's actually, I'll lead into that a little bit. The way that they got the Kelsey mix started is they have their podcast, which I think is called the New Heights podcast. It's the two of them. Well, they did a ranking of top 5 cereals, like of their top 5 cereals.
Something we did 5 years ago.
Something that we have done repeatedly. But yeah, they got the General Mills, endorsement. And, hey, let's make the Kelsey mix, the top cereals on their list. Throw them all into one box. And how bad does this cereal probably taste? I can't even
I'm not a fan
of
mixing. I don't like really those 3 cereals.
Reese's Puffs, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and the marshmallows from Lucky Charms.
Blech.
I don't want them mixed.
I love Reese's. I don't want Reese's cereal. Again, Reese's. Stay in your lane.
I'm not a big fan of the Reese's Puff cereal by itself.
I've never had
even
it.
by itself. I do like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And I like Lucky Charms.
I hate
but I
Lucky
don't want
Charms.
just the marshmallows.
I don't like the marshmallows.
I guess if it's the marshmallows, but Cinnamon Toast Crunch is super sweet. So to have the marshmallows with it.
I'm not a fan of it at all. I don't like any of that.
Yeah. And one of the things is like, these guys are everywhere. If you watch football, Jason Kelsey retired and he's on every commercial now that plays on football Sundays. But one of the other things too that they talk about was how lucky they were to be able to put together a collab, and they're like, we hope that we want you guys to be able to make your own cereal collabs. It's like, I don't want my cereal to collab with any other cereal.
No.
I just want cereal to be cereal.
My collab would be Captain Crunch
and milk.
That's exactly where I was going.
Well, they
The
should have
classic.
come up with a whole different cereal that's shaped like little footballs or something.
I guess.
See, Greg, that would have been too much effort. But
Or little Taylor Swifts, little Do you think these two guys would be at this level if it weren't for Taylor Swift?
Well,
I know they're good football players.
they kind of already were.
Were they at that level of marketing?
They had their
They were
their
pretty
podcast
high.
was huge before.
Was it?
Yeah, before he even started dating her. So, yeah, for sure. Now, does it hurt his stock?
No. Well,
But
I think they probably got even bigger with her, but I mean, they were already a big name in football.
Yep.
I mean, I had heard of them from football, but I hadn't seen them in all this marketing that was going on.
They were the best at their positions, basically, in the league there for a long time. So,
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
but anyway, the Kelsey mix. It's like the cereal.
We're going to come up with the It's Funny mix.
What will it be?
Captain Crunch and milk. That's it.
I like
Or
Captain
any
Crunch.
cereal of your choice and milk.
Yeah.
One cereal and milk. That's the mix.
And to me, it's like the cereal ties kind of into, it's like the tipping. The slippery slope of the cereal products just doesn't stop. It just keeps going and going. And I'm going to wrap it up with this one story. Another food you put in your fridge that has been tainted by cereal. I sent you guys the picture of it. I was looking for bacon the other day. I saw the package of bacon that was dusted with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch seasoning.
No.
What are we doing?
I
Come on.
messaged you back. I could do that one, I think.
No, you're wrong.
I think I could do it.
Well, you might could do it, but it's wrong. You shouldn't do it.
It might be good.
Just because you
Might
can
be
doesn't
good.
mean you should.
Exactly. That's the whole point with the cereal stuff. That could be summed up by that sentence right there with cereal products.
That one may be good.
No.
Well-
but I'm kind of a bacon basic. I kind of like just bacon, maybe a smoked bacon. I'll even do maple, maybe. I'm not a huge fan of it, but like, okay, it depends.
Okay.
But I kind of like smoked.
My son-in-law brings, for Christmas, the bacon wrapped around the water chestnut on a cracker or something like that. You like those?
They're okay. They're good.
But that's not,
I don't like
that's
the-
not basic. That's
I said if I'm just eating bacon.
But this is bacon.
But that's
just bacon.
Is he using cinnamon
Just
toast
bacon.
crunch bacon?
Just bacon.
Well, it's got a
smoky taste to it.
cinnamony,
Yeah.
smoky,
And to
maple
Doug's
taste.
point,
I
this
think.
is just
I
you-
think you're making cinnamon taste. I've never tasted cinnamon on that bacon.
Or a brown sugar.
But
Kind
they'll
of.
add that to the bacon. See, I don't need if bacon's in stuff.
Yeah, see, Doug's
That's
point is
different.
if you just open up the package and throw it on the skillet, it's like we don't need to be
No.
doing the cinnamon toast crunch on that bacon.
I like a little hickory.
I'd like to taste
hickory
it. I'd like to taste it.
Applewood. You would like to, or you like to?
I would like to taste it.
I don't want to taste it.
If it was there, I would taste it just so I could.
Poo-poo it.
Yeah. Ruin everybody's breakfast.
The next taste test, Greg
by
will be cooking
screaming
us
and
up
throwing
some,
it out.
Whip up some bacon.
some
with-
cinnamon toast crunch bacon.
I mean, would it be horrible? No. Do I need it in my life? No.
No.
I don't. I
I
just
don't need it,
need
but I'm curious. It piques my curiosity a little bit.
See, and that's what they bank on with the cereal products going and everything is like they're like, hey, there'll be enough people that some people will buy
You know what,
it.
Saturday you
just
can
because
probably
they're
get up,
interested.
get a piece of bacon, sprinkle a little cinnamon on it, and boom, there you go. That's it. Taste it, see what it is. Like, little sugar, a little cinnamon.
There are some collaborative foods like we taste tested the cereal milk.
We do.
That was disgusting.
That was awful.
That was horrible. I think we all had a stomach aches later that night. It was not fun.
I regretted every second of
I
that
did too.
taste test.
I'd rather eat something
that one was
disgusting
bad.
that the food is disgusting. At least that's usually quick and it's over and it's through my system. That milk kind of lingered. It hung around.
It really did. It's still hanging around.
Yeah,
thinking,
my stomach kind of hurt all night. I'm like, ugh.
so I'm not just all in on any collab that they do, but
Okay.
Well, it will not be having a place in my fridge.
No,
anytime
I'm
soon.
with you, Mike. I'm out on the cinnamon toast crunch. Or I don't want Captain Crunch bacon. I don't want
see
Reese's
that
bacon.
doesn't sound good to me either. Cinnamon toast would probably be about the only one that remotely intrigues me a little.
But again,
Yeah,
I
none of
admit
the other
I'm
cereals-
more of a just plain bacon or a little smoky, like the Applewood smoke. I like salty.
Yeah, and I like
Bacon.
those as well.
All right. Well, there's a new trend, so it's going viral.
Of course it is.
You do decorating around the house and stuff. Spruce things up, change things.
Yes, I've got the feng shui.
Yeah, oh yeah. So this 37-year-old woman now says she's went viral for Fridgescaping, her refrigerator. So we'll talk about this. Let's see, is this a yay or nay for you? I got my thoughts, but I'll read. I don't want to skew one way or another. So it's decorating your space, whether it's your living room or bedroom, is a creative and freeing process. But have you ever considered decorating the inside of your fridge? Well, look no further because Fridgescaping is making its rounds around the internet, and it is a sight to behold. So basically, it's got pictures of these fridges. Now, some of them, if people, they just take and they put their fresh fruits and vegetables in a bowl and they put it in, and it's like, okay, I'm okay with
That's
that.
okay, yeah.
That's fine. Because that's almost kind of an organizational thing.
I'd
It's
say
like, fine.
We actually do that, and some of it is just so. And I think there's actually some truth to this because I feel like it has worked for us. When we see the stuff in the fridge, like when it's visible, I feel like we actually eat it better.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. If it gets hidden away,
That is
Yeah.
fine. I have no problem with that part of it. But they were posting other things that people have put in there. They have vases with flowers. Some of them, there was picture frames with
that's
people.
the one that killed me. A picture for open the door. Ah!
Well, there's another one. There's like some decorative trivets, like you put stuff on, and then somebody had taken like a piece of like a log and sliced it, maybe a half-inch thick, and varnished it and put it down, and then they put decorative things on it. There's a doily. There was a lamp. Like, doesn't the fridge already
Is
have
it
a light?
on when the door opens?
I don't
and
know.
shuts?
But do you need it on when the door's open? Because the fridge already has a light. I don't need the decorative lamp.
I might have an artist come do murals between the shelves on the walls.
That would look really nice. Well, some of them, they had little statuettes of like deer and like
I'm looking at that right now.
different animals. Like, what is up? Why would you do this? Why are you wasting your time and money? And I say wasting because I think it's dumb, but some people may love it. I just don't understand it.
Is it for you, or do you have a lot of people looking in your fridge?
I don't know.
Because, somebody comes over and it's like, oh, grab yourself something out of the fridge. I open it. Oh, this is very nice.
I would open it up and say, oh, this is very weird.
You're a wacko, aren't you?
Greg's gonna, the Sistine Chapel is gonna, you open the fridge, the mural.
Well, and this woman
I have a figurine of a guy painting the top.
Michelangelo figurine.
Yeah.
This woman, this statement I thought was odd too. I thought it was such a lovely way to romanticize a place in your life that's usually pretty mundane. Well, I've never once thought of anything romanticizing about the refrigerator.
No.
I don't understand. I don't get it. Like I said, I understand the bowls. I even kind of like that. You have the bowl, you put the fresh fruit, the fresh vegetables, you have them. I like organization.
Yes.
I like things in certain places.
Ours are like, they're more so like clear containers, but yeah.
Yeah, they had decorative bowls or wicker baskets, but I mean, and even that would be like, okay, that's fine. I don't mind the organization part of it.
Yeah, a small amount of this in an organizational fashion wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
And even though I think it's kind of a waste, but I could even see that where they have like the different pitchers. So you take your milk and you put it in a glass pitcher if you wanted to, and then you could label on what the different things were if you wanted. Okay, I kind of like seeing the glass pitchers better than just the old plastic jugs in there. That doesn't bother me that much.
I think I'm going to buy a small bus and do art tours to people's fridges. Take people around to different houses. Hey, let's go in. You sign up to be on the tour.
Well, actually, you could have a gallery, a fridge gallery.
Well, then you got to bring the fridges. Whereas if we just go to people's houses, I bring the people to you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Maybe I could rent Dr. John's bus.
I was going to say, well, you could do that too. It's both.
Yeah. While we're riding,
feel free to peruse. Look around. Some of them, the people have put like little LED lights on the different shelves. So my thought, do you, like at Christmas time, you decorate it up? Fall, you put, pumpkin spice stuff out.
Well, if you're going to do it, sure.
You have to, I think. I feel like if you don't, you're kind of cheating yourself, really.
Yeah. I mean, because you've already committed that you're going to do it.
And how long is it going to be until we have, Chip and Joanne there and the fixer-up for your fridge?
Your fridge.
What are we doing with this fridge? Well, we've got a 1957 Frigidaire here, but we're going to kind of take these two shelves and open this whole space up. Yeah. And I think we're going to push out the back and put a window so that way you can see right into the wall. That will look nice. You can open it up and see what that wall, if it's getting dirty, you can look at that. We'll put some nice curtains, some window treatments on that window. Maybe we'll put a side window in so you can see right into the fridge.
So you could replace your fridge with like a cooler, like from a store. That way you've got a glass front too. You could see right in there when you walk by.
Yeah. Or maybe at Trading Spaces, like I come to your house, you go to my house, and we decorate each other's fridges.
Oh, sure. HGTV's got to be
Extreme
all over.
Home Makeover.
Extreme Fridge Makeover.
How long is it before we have a refrigerator contractor? I just specialize in refurbishes and redecorations or decorations. I'm going to put some laminate down in the bottom of my fridge. Some of that Snap Deluxe vinyl.
Yeah, and we'll also have the competitions, like the cooking, baking competitions.
Yeah.
We'll have the fridge decorating competitions. The Great Fridge Off.
Yeah, the Great Fridge Off.
The Great Freeze.
Love it or list it. Are you going to sell your fridge or are you going to love it?
Well, after I see it, I really like it, what you've done here.
Yeah, it's so much better than I thought it was going to be.
You took the top shelves off and made like a cathedral ceiling in here. It's opened it up.
Then you'll have some guy that took all the shelves out and he's just got decor in his fridge.
I'm
fridge
a minimalist.
Yeah.
Yes.
One jug of milk just in the middle. That's it.
Yeah. The fridge hunters, they'll have the insane budgets. Like,
yeah.
Now this all, one person had like antique looking paper that was in there, like love notes and stuff. I was like, what? I don't
wallpapered it.
I don't know. Kind of with like paper. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. And a bust. like a 70s.
Beethoven.
Yeah, it does look like Beethoven. I don't know who it is, but it's a bust of somebody there. I don't know. I don't get it.
So it's like, okay, so for me, when I was growing up, I was raised was like, you open the fridge, you get what you need, and you shut the door. It's like, you don't stand there with the fridge door open, because if I had the fridge door open for more than 5 seconds, my mom or dad would be like, shut the door!
Oh yeah, we're not cool in the room.
Yeah. It's like, that's just how I interact with my fridge. I already know what I'm going to get, where it is. I open the door, 2 seconds later, boom, door shut. I don't want my fridge to run all the time. I just stand there and look at it. Oh, yes.
Now,
Romanticize
Well, I'll
the
have the
fridge.
tours coming through. People, I'll just open it and they
right.
look in there. I'll probably get those down with oil people that'll throw soup all over my fridge.
I thought it was the people from Dr. John's van at first. That was like oil, like wrong.
Well, that's
wrong
a
people.
deluxe package.
They show up, they come in lingerie. We're here to look at your fridge. Greg's like, I'm making a killing. I'm selling lingerie. I'm selling
There might be
tickets to the
killing going
fridge.
on, but it's probably me.
But I think all this actually is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. People need content, and that's what she got. And she's got a bunch of people. We're talking about it, and I think that's the reason. I think people are always like, what can we do now? So are we going to redecorate like toilets next?
I had that written down.
You open it up, you got pictures, little garland hanging on the side at Christmas time. I don't
Open the bowl, the back, or
the tank.
tank. Yeah.
Well, I'm already on the showers. I've already got the shower.
You
mirror
got
set
the
up.
shower now.
I'm on the cutting edge of that.
You need some shelves though that you can decorate and
Well,
lights around the top. You want to be careful with electricity.
Yeah.
Well, I leave that up to bartender. He does a good job.
Well, you go with the low voltage battery light.
Yeah.
You can't do
Or solar.
Solar,
Hang a solar panel out the window of your bathroom.
skylight. Hit the button and roof retract some. I got to get some light in here.
Yeah.
I like that. So, all right. Anything
I mean,
else?
we always decorated the outside of refrigerators with magnets and
We
stuff. So
did.
it was
Pictures?
eventually it had to move inside. My grandkids love to play with the magnets on the outside of the fridge.
But people see the outside of the fridge, so that's
Oh, I'll be showing the inside too. Stop by.
Oh, Greg, I love what you've done with the place.
all right. Well, anyway, that's all I got. Did you guys have anything else before we move on?
Step into the gallery.
Okay. I've got 4 articles here, and I'll just read all 4 of them, and we'll see if we can pick who the biggest loser is.
Biggest loser.
So, first one, we have a man.
He's the
who-
biggest loser.
He got in trouble. He stole a truck. Okay, so I'm just going to read a little bit up here. 46-year-old Wisconsin man, Sean Johnson, had already stolen items from several cars, including a wallet. But when he walked by a truck and saw a bag of Frito-Lays sitting on the front seat of the pickup, he could not help himself. It looked like the perfect snack. So the truck was unlocked. He opened the door, grabbed the chips, and while he was in there, he noticed the keys were still in. And he thought, what the heck? I'm just going to go ahead and take the truck as well. After he left with the truck, he went to McDonald's, Walgreens, Shell, Family Dollar, all in Fox Lake, used a credit card from the stolen wallet, which I'm sure didn't prompt him for a security
It must
pass.
not have.
But press enter to continue. But of course, the owner of the stolen wallet had reported it missing, and the police were able to track him down and the truck as well. Johnson
About the
later told police
the
he was on
Fritos.
drugs at the time. Now, this is going to shock you. So he was spotted at the McDonald's security video that confirmed he had been there with the stolen items. At the time of the car theft, he was on pretrial release for 2 similar crimes. I don't know if he'd stolen another car with some other kind of snack in it, or maybe some Funyuns.
This one's got Twinkies in it. I think I want that one.
So that is number 1. But before we move on from him, I want to add, when I saw the Frito-Lay would not make me want to jump in and steal.
No.
I am not a fan of Frito-Lay.
What if it was
the
a
Fritos.
Reese's pumpkin or pack of them?
Now, see, I was trying to stay with the same snack type.
Oh,
though.
same snack type.
So, because I'm like,
See, there's no chip that would
the
make me do
Frito
that.
is about Funyuns. I don't get Funyuns at all. Now I've got some family members that love Funyuns. I don't understand them. I don't get them. Bugles. I'm not a fan of Bugles either. I know people like to put them on the end of their fingers, and as a kid, I would do that. I didn't want to eat them.
Or bite the end off and play it like a little trumpet.
Yeah, but those are probably the 3 worst snacks salty snacks for
Those,
me.
the Kelseys will combine those into one snack mix.
Yeah.
So if you were going to get arrested and put in jail, Greg, for a snack on the seat of the truck, what's going to entice you to get in that truck?
Wow.
I got mine.
Do you have one?
I think so. If I had to pick one. Did you
Go
have
ahead,
one?
'cause I can't-
I think I got one. This was kind of a toss-up for me. I can give some contenders here. I like the kitchen cooked chips. Those are kind of a regional thing, Midwest regional. I love kitchen cooked chips. That's an option. I do like my sunflower seeds. I'm a sucker for those. But you know what? The weird one that actually is probably going to get me is the hot fries. I don't know if you guys, the Andy Caps.
Andy Cap hot
fries.
Wow.
I
See, I
love
put those with the Fritos for me.
I love the hot fries, and I don't know why. Because you know what? I don't get them that often, but when I do, it's like, man, I love these. So I think what would happen, what would get me, is if I stroll by the truck and I see it, and you're like, I want the hot fries now.
And since I'm in here,
Since I'm here, I may as well
the
do
keys.
it. Yeah.
May as well take the truck.
Well, you probably
and
go to McDonald's get a drink.
Well, I need to cool down after so many hot fries. You know.
This is kind of going to be a probably one a lot of people have, but I put Doritos. I like Doritos. I love Doritos. They're probably my go-to salty snack if I had to just pick one. I guess me and Kamala, we're getting Doritos. We're going to steal the truck.
I mean, I like Doritos. I think for me, it would just be the standard wavy Lay's barbecue chips. Some good barbecue.
It's hard
chips.
to find the ways.
They are hard to find.
The
so if it's laying
wavy Lays
in
in the small bag, like the
Yeah.
snack bag.
So if it's laying in the seat,
I feel like if you see that, it's almost like Kismet. Like I have
like,
to
I
steal
have
the
to
truck.
take
I
the
have
truck.
to take the truck now. I didn't want to.
if they happen to have
It's a snack pack of wavy barbecue Lays.
and if they happen to have a tub of dip sitting on the other seat, all the better.
That's probably a little warm there.
Well, we want, hopefully it just came out of the store.
Well, somebody tipped. You know, he was like an Amazon
Yeah.
driver.
Yeah.
All right, so that is number one.
Okay.
Now,
Frito
number
guy.
two, this one's got some things that irritate me as well, but this is Florida Man. We got a
Classic.
couple of those. His name's Edlin, Edlin. Allegedly throws spaghetti sauce as his mother in domestic dispute and hides from police in the bushes. So, Florida man was arrested after throwing spaghetti sauce at his mother, according to the police report. St. Petersburg resident Anthony Edlin, I guess Edlin's his last name, threw spaghetti sauce in his mother's, Denise, I cannot pronounce her last name's, hair after a verbal argument on Sunday. Edlin, also known as Anthony Fialco.
Can you have an argument that's not verbal?
I guess if you're deaf, maybe
A staring argument.
you could, use sign language.
Oh, yeah, I guess there are signs.
He was arrested for domestic battery and resisting an officer without violence. Which I want to get back to that. Says it's unclear whether the spaghetti sauce was thrown at Mrs. Kamadeka, if the sauce was hot at the time. According to the arrest affidavit, Edlin has lived with his mother for over 5 years. Says after the incident, Edlin fled from the house and allegedly hid in the bushes behind the house in the backyard from the police. Says the affidavit shows that Edlin was not under the influence of drugs or alcohol at the time and was not considered someone with mental health issues. So he was arrested. Now, I got a couple. I hate it when they do this and they charge the guy with like battery. Is that what or assault, whichever it is. When he just throws spaghetti sauce, because I feel like you're cheapening. Because if I hear somebody, he's arrested for battery, it's like, ooh, what do you do? It's like you threw. I feel like we need to go back a little bit to Andy Griffith, where they get them together. It's like, all right, listen, this is put you in the tank for 24 hours, you get out and or whatever. But I feel too, if it's spaghetti sauce, if it's just the sauce, we need to know if it's hot, and we need to know what is it.
Yeah, that would be
marinara?
helpful.
I feel like you can't really charge somebody assault with marinara. There's not much to marinara.
Now, if it's still in the jar and it's a giant jar, there's that.
That is.
But that's a different scenario if it's just out of the jar.
I
sauce.
feel like you need like a chunkier type of sauce.
The
Something
tomatoes are still intact.
with the garden medley or the sausage where you got big chunks of sausage. I feel like you can't just go with the marinara, the tomato sauce. And if you look at the guy, it does not give his age anywhere. He looks like he's probably mid-30s. Says he's still living with his mom for over 5. For that fact alone, he should be arrested.
Yeah, that's
get out
a
of the
pretty
house.
big. Yeah.
My last thing is it's a Fox News story, and down towards the bottom they have a picture of spaghetti bolognese. Okay, so they have that there. It says spaghetti bolognese is seen in this illustration photo taken from Nice, France. But that's not what he threw. That's just a fumble. Like, who doesn't know what spaghetti looks like? Oh, what? Oh, and it was the sauce. It wasn't spaghetti. This picture does not help anything.
It could have been dipping mozzarella sticks. I mean,
yes. We don't know. Why are you showing spaghetti? Who doesn't know what spaghetti sauce looks like? Like,
was it an Alfredo?
Sauce?
No.
What is this sauce you're talking about? It doesn't help. I think we've had this similar conversation before with people. I think it hurts your whole this whole argument for you when you're reading it says was not under the influence of drugs or alcohol.
That's even more
and
embarrassing.
is not mentally impaired.
Yeah, so that throws all kinds of
because at that point it's like, what's your excuse?
Yeah.
And I don't understand the charge with resisting arrest without violence. What does that mean? You're going to jail. Please don't. Get in the car. I don't want to get in the car. No, now you're resisting without violence.
He's playing hide and seek in the bushes.
Yes. Well, they said they told him to
Marco!
come out with your hands up. And he put his hands up and came out. But I think because he hid in the bushes. But if he came out, like, you're just piling on at this point.
Isn't that evading arrest? Isn't that a different thing? It's like,
again, since he's living at home still, I don't really have a lot of pity for him.
Did it say what initiated it again?
No.
No.
I feel like we need that too.
Yeah.
a verbal
We need a
disagreement,
motive. We need a
verbal
motive.
argument.
Yeah. So that was number 2.
It's like, would you please get a job? No, I
No.
don't want to.
Number 3, I'm going to read this one, and
He
we
was
need to hash
resisting
this.
getting a job too,
Yeah.
non-violently.
Yeah.
Well, but he threw the sauce.
Maybe
So
that's what the argument was about. You need to get a job and move out on your own. Don't tell me what to do, Mama.
splat. It's a good thing it wasn't pizza. We had that story years ago
Yes,
where
we did.
the guy threw pizza, or the woman
Yeah.
assaulted someone with
Yeah.
pizza, a slice.
So this is also Florida.
Ooh, another Florida.
Now this one, I feel like we need some discussion here. A 71-year-old man took it upon himself to trap a 9-foot alligator and tie it to a handrail. He told the deputies that he found it that way.
How big
But-
an alligator?
9 foot.
Wow.
But surveillance footage showed him taking a nylon rope, dropping it into a canal, lassoing the alligator on the top of his snout, and then pulling it up and then tying off the alligator there. So he was arrested by police for capturing of an alligator without a license. Okay. The man who lives in Cape
Can you get a
Canaveral.
license for that?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you better have one, apparently, if you do this. The man who lives in Cape Canaveral told the Florida Today that he didn't realize it was illegal and he was just trying to help. He said that the alligator had been in the area for a while and people had been complaining about it. He saw the alligator, thought, I'm going to just lasso this, tie it off, and then tell somebody. Well, when they came and they started questioning him, I think he got the feeling from the questioning that this is kind of going a way I didn't think it was. So he's like, I found it tied up. And this would be from one of those laws we found. You can't tie your alligator to the handrail.
Yeah.
But it said in a sworn statement, went to the area, planned to capture and remove. He was going to remove it.
He was gonna?
That's what it says. The alligator appeared, and some of the public told me that they were. I guess the alligator was eating turtles. It says they were eating turtles, but
Maybe he was eating them with it.
said he tied the rope into a noose, snagged the alligator on the top jaw, and then drug it up and tied it to the handrail.
It's like putting his horse out there while he runs into the bar.
Yeah, I decided maybe I can catch it and keep it here because they can't monitor for 24 hours, and that'll help them out. He was going to call and tell him, hey, I captured this. But they arrested him. So the 9-foot alligator was taken away and then was deemed a nuisance and euthanized. So like, what? You can't arrest this guy. You can't arrest this guy. So that was it. He was charged with trapping an alligator without a state license. I feel like the cops and the prosecutor are the losers in this story. Here's some guys like, I'm going to help out. This alligator's been menacing people.
Yeah,
like
it's been eating our turtles.
Menacing people. The alligator's a menace. The man's a menace. And so he's like, you know what? I'm going to help out. I'm going to tie this alligator up and keep
they took it and euthanized it. So that tells you that they thought they agreed with it.
I know. So I don't know who we want to consider the loser in that one. I kind of feel like the cops or the prosecutor, whoever it is that's charging him with this.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he was trying to help.
Again, I know the cops are they don't make the law. They just enforce it. But it's like the state, somebody there is the loser. So I'll let you guys, we can figure that one out. Yeah,
I mean, to me, if they had said you can't do that and they had snipped the rope and let the alligator go on its way, then it's on the guy because it's like you can't do that.
Well,
but they took him and euthanized him.
People had been complaining about this alligator that had been menacing people.
Well, it's an alligator.
So that was number 3. Now, I saved the best for last.
Oh.
I feel like this is...
Is this going to be hands down?
This may be, but I don't know. Maybe the spaghetti guy will get it. But let me read this story. So a Texas football coach, he didn't really do anything wrong legally. Morally, he's reprehensible. But I will just get this for you. So there's a college football coach. He left his family for a stripper. Now, they just got married. Okay, so
they just got married?
No, now the stripper did. He left his family for this woman, and now they've even the stripper and him has gotten married. But here's the story. So he left his family for the stripper. The stripper's nickname is Pole Assassin. And she has an emotional support monkey. Okay, so that's just a start. Now, after investigation, they found that he was a Texas Longhorn special teams coordinator. His girlfriend, now wife, Pole Assassin, has a pet monkey. They said that this pet monkey has also performed with her on the pole.
Well, they're very good at it. They're very good at it.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
There have been people that now have accused and made claims that the monkey has bit children on Halloween. I don't know if they are taking the children to the strip club on Halloween or if the monkey is handing out candy. I don't know.
Is this monkey by chance from Russia?
Maybe
what was his name? What was that monkey's name?
Was it Garrick?
Garrick, yes.
And he got a little tipsy. They gave him some whiskey.
You don't want to do that to this one.
So anyway, he left his family to date this woman, and now the football coach and this stripper just got married.
Is he still the coach?
I guess so, because I don't think technically.
Is he doing it?
I don't know. But
do you think her license plate number is POLEASSN?
I don't know. But I have some questions. So if you would go frequent this gentleman's club, because it sounds very classy.
Yeah.
If she's up doing her thing, living up to her name as Pole Assassin, if the monkey's there, do you have to stick dollars in the monkey's G-string?
That's who's collecting the money.
Yeah,
it's an organ grinder. Way back to
you don't want that.
The real sense of the word organ grinder is the monkey going around. And if it's an emotional support animal, maybe you shouldn't be stripping. Maybe if you quit stripping, you wouldn't need the emotional support. And I feel like I think the monkey's going to need some emotional support after this, right? And is biting children? There's so many things in the story as I read it. I'm like,
I don't know who the loser is.
He's got to be the loser.
Who? The guy?
Loser, yeah. I mean, he's the biggest.
Or is the monkey?
I gotta feel bad for the monkey.
But I mean, I'm saying loser as like, yeah, you're a pathetic loser, not like you feel bad. The monkey, I don't think the monkey asked for this. Maybe he did. Maybe it was a degenerate. We know how monkeys are.
Yeah.
Maybe he was smoking and drinking.
Straight up
He was going to the strip club anyway.
Yeah. Might as well make some money.
He's probably got his own pole.
Oh, he has his own pole. Maybe we can incorporate the Dr. John's traveling lingerie and novelty business.
I was going to say, is this Coach John? Or
He's got a temporary pole he can put up. All right, let's hear it from Pole Assassin. Oh, so anyway, that is number 4. So who is the biggest loser? I feel like I will defer to you guys, but I feel like that guy he's a loser, man. You left your family.
Well, for sure, I think we can rule out
the 71
alligator guy.
And if anybody's a loser,
even the cops.
But I feel like,
but they're not bigger than this guy.
No.
So
if I was a cop and go there, I wouldn't have. I'm like, look, you can't do that. You don't have a license. Let's call animal control and get them out here.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to eliminate.
And maybe they did, and the animal control people or whoever's like, oh, who did this? And they're going to press. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the 71-year-old man can go.
So I think he can go. What about the spaghetti sauce guy?
That's weak.
He lives with his mom.
He is a loser.
5 years.
See, I almost want to put him over the coach because you're with your mom.
And he's not mentally incapacitated.
No, there's no reason.
And he's throwing spaghetti sauce.
There's no reason for you to live with your mom.
So he ranks pretty high.
He does rank high.
Now, is he higher than the coach? I'm not sure. We can talk about it.
I think he's higher there than the Frito-Lay guy because that guy did say he was on drugs. Now, he's a loser, but I feel like that kind of swayed it.
Yeah,
all that guy's after is just snacks.
But then he took a truck.
Yeah.
To go to McDonald's. He went to get more snacks.
He's got an insane case of the munchies.
Because he also went to Dollar General and CVS. He's just buying just bags of Fritos. He's like, I gotta get more Fritos.
I think it's between spaghetti guy and coach guy.
I got to give it to the coach simply because you left your family. You got to be a man. You got to man up.
I agree.
Had it not been that part, I would have given it to the guy still living with his mom.
Yeah.
You left your family. Your poor wife's like, I haven't seen your husband. It's for divorce. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did he get remarried or
was he having a fling?
Pole assassin and the monkey. He's got a monkey.
Someone that kills poles?
Kinda. All right. So I think, Coach, we're going to crown you the biggest loser.
Yeah.
Is that what you said too, Mike?
Yeah, that's what I was.
It's got to be.
All right. Anything else on the story before we wrap this all up? I don't want to.
I don't think so. I think those are.
I think we've pretty well killed it. All right. Yeah. When they said that the monkey also stripped with her on the pole, or like what? Okay. I like your idea though that the monkey's collected the money. I do like that.
Yeah, he just runs around.
Well, you're not going to say no to the monkey because he's not afraid to.
You might say no once.
Yeah.
He won't do it again.
Yeah.
You're not going to shortchange the monkey either.
No.
It comes up to you and does that scream in your face. You're going to be doling out the dollars.
Yeah.
That's why I picture the stripper music is when she's going around the pole. Bob goes the weasel. Why are you playing this? That's the only thing the monkey likes, man. And you don't want to get on the monkey's bad side. You just keep playing that song.
The monkey's her manager.
Yes, you keep turning the crank and playing that song. All right. I think that will do it for tonight.
I agree.
All right. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. We hope you have a great week. Relax, laugh a little bit. I know a lot of politics, a lot of craziness going on and war and everything. Take a breath once in a while. It's all right. It's going to be okay. We hope you're tuning in 7 days. Until then, see ya.
Later.
Peace.
Watch out for the monkey. Well, that wraps up another episode. Thanks for listening. Please be sure to subscribe, and you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.